The unofficial start to summer, just over a week away now. And with that comes summer travel plans, of course. AAA expects this upcoming Memorial Day weekend will be one of the busiest for travel on record. More than 42 million Americans are expected to travel 50 miles or more, making for some busy roadways and for some crowded skies. Chris Van Cleef reports on what the FAA is doing to avoid a repeat of last year's chaos.
The summer floodgate is about to open at airports nationwide as flyers fear another summer of travel turmoil.
I'm actually quite concerned.
Sherry Eisenman is among the 76% of flyers worried about delays and cancellations disrupting their vacations. She's heading to Dublin next month.
Trusting that the first flight will actually get me to Boston is probably the most stressful part.
The TSA says it's preparing for potentially record-breaking summer crowds, and AAA expects nearly 3.4 million to fly over Memorial Day weekend, the busiest since 2005.
In terms of the concerns of air travelers, it's not stopping them from going ahead and booking their flights. What they're really doing is they're hoping for the best.
The nation's airlines say they are ready, having spent the last year hiring thousands of new employees to address staffing shortages that plagued last summer, when more than 45,000 flights were canceled. But picketing pilots seeking new contracts warn there could be turbulence ahead.
They were selling tickets that they could not reliably service, and we're seeing indications of that right now.
The FAA is opening what it calls Highways in the Sky by streamlining 169 East Coast routes to save 6,000 minutes of travel time annually. Airline industry analyst Henry Hartevelt.
I'm expecting light to moderate turbulence for air travel this summer. I'm worried airlines have scheduled more flights than the FAA can handle.
Airports are already busy. Phoenix Sky Harbor saw its busiest month ever in March. Because flights are full, look to book early, look to book nonstop flights, and those flights that leave early in the morning tend to have the highest completion factor. Chris Van Cleef, CBS News, Phoenix.
When it comes to booking the flight, you've probably heard some tricks to help get the cheapest price possible, but do they really work? Brandon Lewis looks into at least one of those claims.
Cookies track what you do across the internet. Some social media posts and headlines claim airlines are using cookies to see how often you search for a flight and then raise the prices based on your interest. Instead, they recommend using incognito mode, which clears your cookies and browsing history when you close the window. This, in theory, would prevent the airlines from raising fares. Verify viewer Angie reached out to ask if that's true. So Angie, let's verify. Will searching in incognito mode help you find lower flight prices? Our sources are travel deal websites Going and Thrifty Traveler, and an independent search of airfares. Going staff search daily for deals and then notify subscribers. The company says it wouldn't exist or would have a harder time finding deals if the claim was true. As proof, Going posted a video searching the same flight 100 times in a row using Google Flights and American Airlines website, and the price remained the same. Verify tried repeatedly searching for a flight using a regular browser and found no change in airfares on United's website, Priceline, and Google Flights. We then repeated the search using incognito mode and found the same $139 airfare. Airlines typically don't discuss how they price tickets, but Hawaiian told the Washington Post that a customer's individual actions, like using incognito mode, doesn't change the price of a ticket. So, no, searching in incognito mode won't help you find lower flight prices. So, why might the price change from 1 minute to the next? Hawaiian said generally prices go up as more tickets are sold, the departure date gets closer, or in response to a competitor's price.